Peace family, it is I, Miss Isla Moon, and I am stopping by today to reintroduce myself to you all. Why? Because I recognize that there are people on my platform who may know me from childhood. There are people on my platform who may know me from early adulthood. There are people on my platform who know me from the music scene here in DC. There are others on my platform in later years that know me as an astrologer. And though I am all of those things, we are now integrated into one. So I recognize that you all might not know who I am. So let me tell you. My name is Miss Isla Moon. Some still call me Tasha, which is my given name at birth. That's okay. Isla simply means halo of light around the sun or moon, which is something that I've always strived to be. I am a spiritual being navigating a very human experience. Prior to me understanding that, I was fucking miserable. You can say what you like. Excuse my French. It is what it is. I was miserable. I went through my initial awakening, or as some would like to call it, a dark night of the soul, back in 2005. And during that time, so I've been on this journey since 2005, but I have shut it down for sometimes a few years at a time, as I have moved through these different energies. So in 2005, I attempted to take my own life. And after being in the psych ward for a couple of weeks, I came home and there was a deep clarity that set in. It got really silent. I was sitting in my room and I'll never forget it. It got really silent and I started hearing instruction where the divine started speaking to me. Spirit was speaking loud and clear. Now back then, I did not use the terminology spirit. I just was very keen and understanding and clear that it was God that was talking to me and I was getting instruction. So I was getting instruction to throw certain things away and do certain things, and it was very clear. It was concise. It was very to the point and very confident and secure, the voice. And after following the instructions, the final instruction was never go wash your feet. And I went and washed my feet, and I came back, and after I washed my feet, I received this vision. And the vision was of me. I will never forget this. It was of me talking, and I was standing on what looked like may have been a podium or something that had me standing a little up higher than everyone else that I was talking to. And this crowd looked like it was thousands of people. And as I spoke to them, I was hyped and I was speaking and they were cheering, and this vision had no audio. So I just remember when I came through from the vision, I said, I know God, but what's the message? And I referenced that a lot because I was clear that what I was learning and that what my foundational, or so I thought my foundational, I was clear that wasn't it, which is why I was in the predicament I was in the first place. Massive imbalance, right? And so I've always known that I've had a gift and that I'm supposed to assist people on, back then it was just a journey. I didn't know what the journey was. Now, ironically enough, here we are 18 years later and I'm clear about the message. I'm clear that the message is one of healing, one of love, one of living in your authenticity, healing the trauma and dumping the baggage, one of self-care, self-love and self-worth, so that you can live in your truest and most authentic self, but also one where you actually do what it is you came here to do and be who it is you came here to be. See, once you get here in this realm, a lot of times you can get caught up because if you're not careful, you feel the pressure to conform to whatever the world tells you you're supposed to be, and you lose that inner spark and that inner voice that is the tether to the divine that lets you know what you are uniquely made for. And it took me some time to get back here. Some say, did you get from there to here. And it was a journey. It was a lot of healing. It was a lot of work. And it's even more healing. You're never done healing. There's always something to heal. Trust me, it's not a one and done situation. So it's still healing. But it is, healing things as they come up, facing them, taking care of yourself, making sure that you are in a place where you can accept love, you can love yourself, you have an open heart, and all of that comes part of healing. But it's been a long journey. And one of the greatest tools that helped me per se, and I speak about this a lot, and I used to be a little apprehensive to speak about it because people have different feelings about it. But one of the main reasons I'm an intuitive astrologer is because astrology helped me. Astrology helped me to unpack the things about myself that I could not see. It was like shine the light on the blind spot. It started, and I didn't start studying astrology probably to 2012, I want to say. Maybe 2012, 2013 is when I took my very first workshop. So between 2005, 2012, I don't know what I was doing those 7 years, probably running, not trying to face it, but knew I could not go back. See, there's one thing about once you have a certain an awareness, like once the veil is pulled from over your eyes or something, like you don't get the luxury, right? That whole ignorance is bliss thing. You don't get the luxury of going back. You can't go back to not knowing once you know. And so from there, you're compelled to operate from that knowing. You don't get to go back. It will be good. You think it'll be good if you can go back, but you just don't. And so in that time, I was still running amok out here, but it just kept bringing me back. And I knew something was off. I always tell people, even to this day, I say at the core of every ailment, there's some type of imbalance. It doesn't matter whether it's spiritual, physical, or mental. At the core of that ailment, of that disease, dis-ease, whatever you want to call it, there is a level of imbalance. So in reintroducing myself, let me say this. Hello, my name is Isla Moon. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. In this physical realm, I am a mother, I am a sister, I am a daughter, I am a niece, I am a cousin, I am a friend. I am a lot of things. I am a vocalist, and I am an intuitive astrologer. On the spiritual realm, I am a healer. And that bridges the gap between the physical and the spiritual for me. I attract those with unhealed trauma, similar to the trauma that I had and some of the trauma that I'm still moving through. I used to feel like there was no way that I can assist someone going through anything until I was completely healed. And then I realized there's no such thing as being completely healed. I use my birth chart as a navigation tool to dig deeper into the core of who I was, to uncover subconscious patterning, to see what it is that I did not see, and to help me heal those things. I still use it. I recommend it for other people. And this is who I am. I will continue to move on my journey. And you all will see me somewhere standing at a podium in front of thousands of people with a message. Until then, that's all I got. Love you guys. Peace.